Welcome to the USF 2000 AI League Season 3 Race 15 here in Connecticut at Lime Rock. If you are not caught up, let's quickly take a look at your point standings. As you can see, Karl Marx has a good lead over Bob McFarland by about 28 points. Then on back we got Jack Daniels, Tom O'Laughlin, Brendan Hubbard, Snoop Dogg, John Christensen, Alfredo Saucy, Icy Cal, Big Bob, Jack Steersman, Monsieur Bone, Ethan Martz, Dilton Pettigrew, Baguette Boy, Edgelord, and Chad Bursky. So that is your point standings coming in. Jack Daniels is currently your Rookie of the Year right now. Even though it did not say it in the points, that is a slight mistake. That'll be fixed. Don't worry about that. So here are your standings right now. Tom O'Laughlin currently out in front. Edgelord not far behind. Okay, that is kind of far behind. Oops. So it seems like very quick lap times. This is only a 1.5 mile track, as here's Bob McFarland and Dylan Pettigrew. Now let's pull up your track map. Here's where everyone is around the circuit. So you can see who we're looking at. We're in the chicane that is at the top of the racetrack. Jack Steersman puts up a lap, but it's not that great, as Tom O'Laughlin still at the top. People are starting to slot in. Jack Steersman is now on an out lap. We're about less than 5 minutes in. "55-second lap times." These are very quick, whipping around this circuit. It's, I think, one of our smallest road courses. I don't know what, I think New Hampshire Oval may be smaller, but that could be wrong. Oops, that is a mistake. Sorry about the colors keep disappearing and reappearing. I'm working to get that set up and ready for race time. Tom O'Laughlin still at the top, as right as I say that, Dylan Pettigrew, 54.3. "16 cars have set a lap time. Not all have just yet. The 16 cars have gone out. So far, it seems like the only one that has not came out is Brennan Hubbard, who's actually on track, coming up to the chicane. We just haven't seen a lap time just yet from him, but he'll definitely have time to set a lap time coming through the final couple turns now. Overhead of Dylan Pettigrew. Dylan Pettigrew just entering the chicane with a big wad of cars. There we go. There's all the colors of each car, as Brendan Hubbard did set a lap time, but not really an official one, about 10 seconds back. Not really that official, as Chad Broski rises up to 4th. Jack Steersman rises up. Brendan Hubbard now setting a better lap time, but still only good for 12th. Those 17 cars once again racing. All of them are coming around the track. There's a couple on pit road. I think Jack Steersman and Jack Daniels, the pair of Jacks, are both in. Yeah, those seem to be the only ones in pit lane right now. Tom O'Laughlin was first, but now Dylan Pettigrew is in first by over a quarter of a second. As Karl Marx now shoots up to second, but still not good enough as checkered flag is out. Everyone who's crossing the line now will not be able to go again. I think Brendan Hubbard will be the last driver to make another attempt if wanted. But these cars, they all count as lap times. As a couple of them improve, Monsieur Bone goes up. Icy Cow rises a bit. But overall, no big changes in the current practice results. Yeah, unfortunately, this group right here will not be able to go again. Dylan Pettigrew in that group. Winner of practice. As Brendan Hubbard crosses the line. As no one will be able to set an official practice time anymore. Jack Daniels with once again another good performance. Brendan Hubbard, though, outside the top 10. That is uncharacteristic of him. We're gonna have to see if that'll be any different. So just to clarify, this group right here, they're not setting a lap, they're just going out there again, just so practice can end. But as you can see, this chicane is a pretty heavy braking point. And in UAL history, there have been several crashes here. Um, been a lot of chaos in just that area. People overshooting, then trying to come back onto the track. People running into the back of other cars. That's definitely the danger zone of this track. Each track kind of has its own danger zone. And yeah, that's the one where it produces the most crashes. As it is now qualifying time. This will decide who we will have in front of the race, which is very important because on road courses, it's a bit harder just to rise through the field. I think last race, Monsieur Bone was the winner, and he started back in, I think, 16th out of 17. So he was row 8 on the outside, and then through pit strategy and a lot of crashes, he was able to make his way up through the field. Tom O'Laughlin, the first one out on track. No time just yet. Now this qualifying thing's really cool. It'll show you who's coming up to set a time and if they're tracking good or if they're tracking negative. Basically if they're doing good or not. As there we go, there's a woo. Driver's still struggling to adjust to that. Chicane. From what I saw, we couldn't see a lot of that in the last session as John and Big Bob have left the pits. Jack Steersman also coming out. Tom O'Laughlin is now starting his first lap as he shot a little wide. So no time from these guys, but yeah, Tom O'Laughlin is currently tracking. I think pink means you're doing the best, if I'm sure. I haven't fully adjusted to this. As the second one, yellow. Again, I am not 100% sure what these mean, so just give me a minute and I'll figure that out. So I've turned off the outlap, so it's just Tom O'Laughlin. Pink, yellow, green. I think green means personal best, but not the best. Christensen does set a time, but it's not really official. Like his pit lanes before the start-finish line. So, yeah. Big Bob tracking pink right now. That is very good. So this display thing down here shows you the next closest to the line. So Big Bob is the closest to the start-finish straight. Sorry about that. I'm back. My mic. Oh! I think that was Baguette Boy went off. Um. Seems like I can't go back. He came back on track, luckily. Just maybe got wide as Chad Broski. Tracking very well. Was it good enough? Only for third. Ethan Mart's tracking full green, so he is improving. Just not any personal bests. Second, as John Christensen goes first. Big Bob second. Jack Steersman not improving. Snoop Dogg, full greens, but only good enough for a fourth. Monsieur Bone goes first as checkered flag is out. Edgelord, will he be able to do anything important? No, it does not look like that will be the case. As Bob McFarland sets a good time, Chad Borowski goes to P1. Jack Daniels goes second, just not good enough. Ethan Martz coming around next. He had one yellow. That's not gonna improve. Actually, it does, up to fifth. So here is your starting grid from qualifying. It seems like Tom O'Laughlin is definitely being someone to challenge John Christensen. And second, going to be on that outside, Chad Borowski and Dylan Pettigrew in row 2. Then Jack Daniels and Monsieur Bone in row 3. Ethan Martz had a very good qualifying. Big Bob will take 8th. Snoop Dogg and Alfredo Saucy will make up row 5. Jack Steersman and Bob McFarland will take row 6. Brendan Hubbard and Karl Marx will take row 7. Edgelord and Icy Cow will take row 8. And then Baguette Boy will take row 9 all by himself. So now we are currently waiting. Once that clock hits 5, they'll be getting ready to go. Oops, I did not mean to hit that. So about 2.5 minutes to go. Let's check out. Ooh, I just got licked. Ew. But it's a dog. Weather. It's a fairly nice day, right afternoon. 26 degrees Celsius. I can't convert into Fahrenheit. Also, Fahrenheit's overrated. Partly cloudy. Pretty good day. 49 degrees Celsius track temp. So the track temp's really hot. And then dashboard. Oh no, that just shows. Sorry, I'm getting used to this. I did a change with the standings screen. It's very much different than what we had before. This one, it can show me more and makes it a bit easier for me. Race info. Yeah, Lime Rock Park. This configuration is the one with the chicane. USA, Lakeville in Connecticut. Altitude, 154 meters. Track length, 2.34 kilometers, which is about a mile and a half. So now we will close that as we are getting ready to go in green. I expect if you have been disappointed in terms of crashes, which you may have been at Mid-Ohio, there's only two accidents of note. Steersman going off right before the start, and then your pole sitter for this race, Tom O'Laughlin, going around, and then Chad Brodsky getting collected. But then Kentucky had a lot of carnage. You should go and watch that race because there was a lot to unpack. Way too much for this one. Yeah, I think that chicane's definitely going to be a danger point in the circuit. Also, it seems like a couple of turns usually have incidents. Turn 1 has been famous for creating some incidents, people going off and hitting the wall hard, and then people just getting spun around coming out of turn 1. Lime Rock has also had some closer finishes as here we get ready to go. All the cars are silent. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
As green flag is out, Tom O'Laughlin leads us to green. Everybody's hustling down into turn 1. Chad Brodsky tries to step out. They all make it. Seems... Oh, Baguette Boy went off track. Did he save it? Oh, I can see him in the grass. Oh, there goes Jack Steersman. Steersman around. Well, not around, just in the grass. Baguette Boy came back on track. As Jack Steersman slowly coming back on track. He'll give Baguette Boy some company. Do they all make it through the chicane? Yes, they do. No more further incidents have really happened. O'Laughlin definitely got a decent start, but could be better. Lap 2 of 42. Everyone's still charging into these first couple turns. Not a lot of passes have happened since Steersman rejoined the track. But there are some pretty good passing opportunities, like going into the chicane, but it's fairly dangerous. The gap is staying stable. As no big incidents have happened yet. Yeah, Jack Steersman and Baguette Boy fell way off, but it could have been worse. As we see some sizing up for passes, Karl Marx started way in the back. Tried getting around Edgelord. Not happened yet. Still, just no passes have happened since the start, but everyone has been grouped together. If you want to see the track map, here is where everyone stands as of now. Chad Brodsky in third place right now, trying to stick with the leaders. John Christensen in second, as Tom O'Loughlin's now going into a defensive mode. Christensen's gonna have to get ready because Chad Brodsky's trying to attack him too. Nobody got by each other as Christensen fell way behind O'Loughlin coming into that turn. Chad Brodsky staying with the leaders, he's had pretty bad luck so far. In at least his second and third race in this series, Kentucky, I think he was caught up in a crash, and then this race just not, well, Mid-Ohio got caught up in a crash and actually rebounded, as back here, everyone's sizing up each other again. As there's a couple passes, Farland and Alfredo Saucy. I think they traded positions, but I don't know if they passed. As O'Loughlin's now up to a 2-second lead. O'Loughlin is I think the best person in this season so far to not have a win. As Ethan Marks goes off track, but he comes back on track. Does not seem like there was any collision. Just went off at the chicane like we saw O'Loughlin do in practice. As Tom O'Loughlin sets the fastest time with a 54.5. As he is definitely going to try and extend that gap as wide as he can. Yeah, there's a big gap between 66 and the 6. If we look at interval, this shows you how close everyone is to the person in front. Yeah, about a 7-second gap between Big Bob and Monsieur Bone. Dylan Pettigrew in 4th, about half a second behind Chad Broski. And this group right here, glued together. Orange means they are very close within each other. As, oh, John Christensen goes off track. Christensen goes off track and goes up into 6th as Brennan Hubbard gets passed by Karl Marx, but he's going to get a benefit right here with the turn being in his favor. As John Christensen got bumped back to 6th place just because of one mistake. There will be a caution on lap 11. It'll be a competition caution to bunch the field up, make it a little closer. Competition cautions only happen on road courses. Ovals are no yellows, probably because they can make ovals on their own. I meant crashes. Of course they can make ovals if they're on an oval. It's kind of a track layout. As yeah, the biggest gap we can see is Big Bob between John and Big Bob, about a 6.5 second gap. Yeah, still about half a second between Broski and O'Loughlin. As here comes some passing. Brendan Hubbard sliding to the inside of Ethan Martz. Ethan Martz, he can defend well. He's just looking for a good points day. As Monsieur Bone goes off track. That's what my thing says. He got passed by John Christensen. Yes, still no crashes. As this group, however, is very close together. I think Ethan Martz knows he's got 3 people behind him that are very much faster. Brendan Hubbard, Fifth in points, Karl Marx is first, and then Alfredo Saucy is eighth, as Monsieur Bone comes into pit road. As they're still going at it, we are going to get ready to call the caution. The Monsieur Bone is unknown what he came in for, but is definitely not for a good reason. About a second and a half between O'Loughlin and Broski. As we are now going to call the caution. Caution is out. Seems right as Bob McFarlane passed Snoop Dogg, but it seems like he's gonna have to give it back. Unfortunate for him, but he'll have time. He'll be able to do it. So the field will get bunched up. Everyone will be a little bit closer. As Bone comes back onto the track, however, a lap down. But he will not need to pit. But I do not know if he'll be able to make it to the finish. That's where we got the pit strategy checker thingy. A lot of the drivers in this group, well, pretty mixed in this group. You got some drivers that have been pretty good this season, and then drivers who have been lacking a bit this season. And then if you click on off track, so I want to see. So this is how many times people have been off track this race. Monsieur Bone has went off twice. So now let's look at the pit lane time. Let's see how fast everyone's going to be with their pit stop. You gotta think some are going to be better than others. This is a good way to gain spots, but it's also a very good way to lose spots as, oh! There seems to have been an incident in the back of pit lane. It's what I was told, but does not seem like anything happened as John Christensen out of pit road with a 7.2 takes the lead. O'Loughlin got tanked with a 13.0. Broski got 10.8. Snoop Dogg 9.1. McFarlane 10.3. Jack Daniels with a very slow stop with a 14.4. Edgelord is still in pit road. Trying to go and see if I can go back and see what happened to Edgelord. Seems like I'm having a bit of issues. Yeah, I'm having a bit of issues trying to figure out what happened. He has just left pit road, but I saw something that said he had crashed. Did he crash? Oh! Oh! That was a big impact. Hopefully he is fine, as his car is alright. Came back out on track. As John Christensen will have the lead. Edgelord. Seems like he got a little wide. Hit the wall. It was not a glancing blow. As John Christensen getting ready to lead us back to green. He's waiting on it. As there he goes. Green flag is back out. Rushing into turn one. He goes wide. Stays on the track just in time to block Broski. As O'Loughlin's now on the hunt. Icy Cow went off track. It seems like he may have spun or something, but he is back moving. Again, you can see him in the back of that Scion car is Chad Broski trying to look on the outside. John Christensen will shut the door. So Icy Cow had a little bit of difficulty, but he is alright now. Seems like Bob McFarland has came into pit road. What has happened there? As he is dropping. Something must have happened as Ethan Mart's still holding on to 9th place it is now. Seems like Alfredo Saucy was able to get around him either on the restart or during pit road. Chad Broski only up to a point. Oh, he's falling behind actually. Almost down to 2nd lead, which is not what you want. John Christensen. Ooh, slow into turn one. Chad Broski braked late and was able to catch him. Jack Daniels passed Snoop Dogg. Dylan Pettigrew also passed Big Bob for 6th. Who's having a little bit of a quiet day, but is doing alright as Ethan Martz goes off track. Right at the front of that group. There he is in the grass, you could see him. Very unfortunate to what was a good day. As he comes out right in front of Icy Cow. Look at this group of cars. Snoop Dogg trying to look around Bob McFarland. It does not look like that is going to happen right now. Bob McFarland, 2nd in points, but has been having a little bit of a rough time so far. As here we go, side by side, 2x2 for 3 rows back, charging into turn 1. They all make it. As that was very close. As John Christensen went off track. He was our leader What happened to him? Let's try and find out what happened. Oh, it was probably during the chicane. No? And when was it? Um, oh. Yeah, it seemed like he'd been having issues going a little. Oh, did it look like he made contact actually? Oh, yeah, he hit the wall. Very rough. As he still hanging on to the top 5, just a good shot at winning has went away just like that. As this group right here, it seems like they're getting held up by Bob McFarland actually. If you look at interval, you can see some of the big gaps and then some of the close action, which is right here as Brendan Hubbard goes right by him. Big Bob now trying to look to go around. Everyone's snaking down into the front stretch. Look at this big group of cars. Oh, Ethan Martz sends it and gets a couple positions in return up to 10th place. What a bold move for Ethan, but it pays off. As Brennan Hubbard went off track, it seems. It doesn't look like he lost any spots, luckily. So it may have just been a quick off-track bleh. As Jack Daniels passes Tom O'Laughlin for second, will Jack Daniels get another win? That's what we're gonna have to wait and see. Icy Cow back here in 14th. We saw him go off track earlier. Baguette Boy has been very risky with qualifying on road courses and didn't even set qualifying speed for Mid-Ohio. So far, your biggest gainer is Brennan Hubbard, up 6 spots since the start of the green flag. And then your biggest loser is Monsieur Bone, down 10 spots. But out of the people still on the lead lap, that would be Bob McFarland, down 3 spots. Wait, no, he's not on the lead lap. That would be actually Ethan Martz, down 3 spots. But still a good day as Tom O'Laughlin, it says that he crashed. Looks like he fell behind the group, so maybe he tapped the wall? I don't know, but he definitely had something go wrong. Oh, Icy Cow almost hit McFarland as Snoop Dogg now goes off the track and comes back on. This is how many times everyone's went off track. So far the record is set by Bone, going off 3 times. As the most so far. No one in the top 3, it says, has went off track. Karl Marx sets his fastest lap of the day. Yeah, this is how much everyone has gained and lost since the start of the green flag. You can definitely see Brendan Hubbard, Karl Marx have made a lot of spots. Baguette Boys made a lot of spots. It's technically up 4, but that's something else to explain. So it seems like everyone is spread out across the track as we're actually going to go to the leader. Chad Borowski now holding on to dear life, trying to keep that 18 behind him. Seems like the 18 was closing in, then must have had a bad corner. So after this group, it's about a 4-second gap until you see the third place car of Tom O'Laughlin. As yeah, it seems like Jack Daniels must have had a bad turn and Broski capitalized on it by doing that turn well. May have been the final turn or the penultimate turn. Hard to say. "25 laps completed, so we are over halfway. Total of 25 minutes through this race, even though this recording has just hit the 47-minute mark. If you like being around here for a long time, alright. Yeah, it's a pretty, you can see the big gaps. The Snoop Dogg goes off track. Wait, no, that's earlier. Ethan Martz says he just went off track. At this point, we gotta keep the off track counter on because my timing and scoring says people keep coming off, then coming back on. As Baguette Boy just past Jack Steersman. Here's the middle of the pack. Steersman has just gotten passed by Baguette Boy. Jack Steersman, I think he had a good start to the season. I think he actually got a podium on the first race at Circuit de Spa Francorchamps, but has since just had a rough time. He's had a couple good races, but not a lot on the road courses. I think Spa, he got a little lucky because everyone was having some form of difficulty. As Karl Marx just passed Brendan Hubbard. Brendan Hubbard passes back. You can't see him in this group, but you saw the swapping on the scoreboard. This is Ethan Martz and Alfredo Saucy battling for position. Alfredo Saucy wants to get by, was on the outside of turns 1 and 2. Couldn't get any passing done. Yeah, it seemed like Chad Broski had gotten away from Jack Daniels. He actually still has, with the gap still growing. Yeah, you can see this big group of cars is McFarlane just slowing down this group. This will not be a good points day for him as he is 15th overall. After this race, we will be, I think, 60% through the season. After this race, we'll be going to New Hampshire for a doubleheader. We'll be going to the road course as Ethan Martz goes way wide. We'll be going to the road course, which is very interesting in its own way because most rovals, like Daytona Roval, Charlotte Roval, Indy Roval, are road courses built inside the track with using some parts of the oval. Some use more than others, like the Indy Roval uses in between 1 and 2, and in the front stretch, Charlotte Roval uses like the back stretch in turns 1, 2, 3, 4, and a bit of the front stretch. Daytona Road Course uses almost the whole track for the oval, and then New Hampshire Roval, they'll be on it for a little bit, and then they're actually gonna go outside of the track. There's a good road course area up there. It's very it's very curvy, very twisty, very windy. They'll challenge the drivers, and right after that, they'll be going to the 1 mile New Hampshire. Maybe hopefully this time it won't rain and bad calls will happen. Some of you may get that, most of you won't, because I know most of the people that watch this aren't really race fans. And if you aren't, that is fine, as Alfredo Saucy now going on the outside. He got a good run as Ethan closes the door, but overshoots. He stays on the track right in front of the 77. That's gotta be frustrating. Knowing that you have the opportunity, gets the door closed on you, then you get another opportunity, and once again the door closes on you. It's Brendan Hubbard still rising up through the field, up 7 spots since the start. Chad Broski has got a car right behind you. Tom O'Laughlin goes off track. Chad Broski has just caught up to lap traffic. He's got to get by because right behind him you can see Jack Daniels right there. Tom O'Laughlin will probably be closing in, and John Christensen is actually struggling to hold off Dylan Pettigrew right now. As Mongerbone goes off a little bit, Chad Broski can get by. Jack Daniels will also get by, as now they're very close together. This is going to get very interesting. Oh! Ethan Martz crashed, it says. Seems like maybe he overshot and maybe jumped a curb. He actually stays out though, as this is getting crazy. Lap traffic everywhere. They're going to be dodging and weaving probably for the rest of the race because they got lots of cars to deal with. As here comes Jack Daniels coming to the inside. He closes the door. He's now going to have to go to the inside. Will he do what Ethan did and close the door? But I don't think he'll actually have enough room, as he will go around Bob McFarland. Oh, almost pushing McFarland off the track. Jack Daniels also gets by, but they still have a lot of cars to cut through. Steersman is going to make it easy by just going a little wide. Probably on purpose, as now Jack Daniels actually is getting stuck behind Chad Broski, going to have to cut his way through as Ethan Martz goes off track again. That car definitely struggling with handling as he goes back to 11th. And now, ooh, this is gonna get very, ooh, that was very dicey. Ethan Martz a little bit into the grass. He's now gonna have to try and hold on so he doesn't go a lap down. I think Chad Broski will get him though. He's gonna push out a little bit. Broski's gonna have to go to the inside, but here comes Baguette Boy. But Chad Broski will get by, as Jack Daniels is still cutting his way through that group. Alfredo Saucy actually got away and is now in the top 10. He's the only driver to have not gained nor lost spots so far. Started 10th and is currently in 10th right now as Jack Daniels trying to get by. Even Martz actually stays on track this time. Seems like a lot of the leaders are in this group. Tom O'Loughlin's also back there. So now that he's got a little bit of time just to relax, let's take you around. Okay, so I selected the leader, but for some reason it's not changing. There we go. Chad Broski hard braking into the chicane. Look at all that dirt on the windscreen. Well, not windscreen, the helmet, actually. USF 2000 cars do not have a windscreen. Very fast. Up into 5th gear right now. Now changed into 6th. Back down into 5th, 4th, 3rd. Just a big speed difference, as he now has about a 4-second lead. Yeah, you can see Jack Daniels did escape. Jack Daniels going down the no-name straight. As Broski just leaves the chicane, Daniels is going through the chicane. Yeah, just a lot of fast speeds. This track it has a couple of heavy braking zones. The chicane is probably the biggest, but it's very smooth and flowing as Tom O'Loughlin trying to escape. O'Loughlin now on the inside of Baguette Boy. This is actually helping Ethan, because if he battles him and goes wide with him or tries to pass him, Ethan March will be able to get some kind of escape away. He has about a 2-second gap over him now, as Dylan Pettigrew also trying to cut his way through the field. Same with John Christensen. Both have not been able to just yet. Brendan Hubbard, you can see, is also back there. Karl Marx will be approaching soon and quickly, as John Christensen is now actually not trying to attack. He's trying to defend on Dylan Pettigrew. Once again, closes the door as Monsieur Bone gets by Bob McFarland. As now John gets by Bob McFarland, hoping that'll create some kind of cushion. Seems like Pettigrew also got by, but it does give him a little bit of an escape. Lap 38 of 42 as, oh, late braking, but he goes in pretty hard. Everyone's still chugging along in this group. Most of the field is in this one group. You see a couple that got away or are closing in. Karl Marx, Tom O'Loughlin, Snoop Dogg. I think that is Big Bob right behind them. Jack Daniels, Chad Broski, as now Dylan Pettigrew is defending from Brendan Hubbard. As Baguette Boy just past Ethan Martz for 11th. Ethan goes back once again. Baguette Boy tied for the most positions gained. Brendan Hubbard and Karl Marx have also gained a few. Brendan Hubbard trying to now get the most this race, wanting to go up 8 spots. So that does mean that he started back in 13th, unlucky 13. But he's been doing pretty well with that. Doing well with what he was given. Yeah, between O'Laughlin and Daniels, it's about 14 seconds, almost 15 now. Chad Broski has about a 4-second lead, so it does not seem like there'll really be any threat unless he makes a mistake. He is closing in on the lap traffic of the number 77 of Alfredo Saucy, but there may just not be enough time for that to be a factor. As Brennan Hubbard splitting the middle goes around Ethan, but cannot get around Dylan, as one less person he'll have to worry about to get ahead. Two laps to go now, as this group is still being very exciting. They just kind of all gathered up because Ethan was pretty much slowing them down. I don't think Ethan really is under threat of getting past anymore. Steersman is he's closing in, so it may be a little tough to say on if he's safe with where he is. As we are actually going to now cut over to our leaders. This is Chad Broski coming to the white flag. One more lap to go. It's just been his day. Finally. Iowa was a good race for him. Mid-Ohio, he was doing pretty well. He actually had one of the fastest cars out there. He is under no threat right now. Has about a 3.5-second lead over Jack Daniels coming into the chicane. He just needs to make these last couple turns as good as they can be. No, he does not have the fastest lap. I think that goes to Brendan Hubbard. But coming out of the final turn, Chad Broski, what a great day. He is your winner here at Lime Rock. Jack Daniels also had a great race, finished second. Tom O'Laughlin is getting ready to come across the line. He'll be in third. Then John Christensen was able to hold on to a top 5. Everyone that has the checkered flag next to their timing and scoring means that they have crossed the line. So it seems like we're still waiting on a couple. Snoop Dogg, Big Bob. They're coming around just right now. Alfredo Saucy is also going to finish as the last car on the lead lap. So about 10 cars actually finished on the lead lap. I think there was a recording of an F3 race that we did on this channel, but it didn't really count. It was just something that, it was an idea that I had that I didn't go through with it. And that one, I think only 3 cars finished on the lead lap. No, 1 car. And that car had already been in crashes. So if you look at it, this is how many off tracks everyone had. Sorry for the voice crack. Most 5 for Ethan Martz. Yeah, he was doing so well. And then just for some reason, he started having a lot of issues with that chicane. Bone had 3. Yeah, absolutely flawless for Jack Daniels and Chad Broski. Jack Daniels, this was exactly the day he needed. He'll definitely pass Bob McFarland in points. I don't know if he'll pass Karl Marx, though. We're going to hide your tower. Show you the official results. So here's your final results. Chad Broski, Jack Daniels, Tom O'Laughlin, they take the top three, and they're all rookies. The top three are swept by the rookies. John Christensen and Dylan Pettigrew, Brendan Hubbard, veterans that have done every single season. They've won a couple. Brendan Hubbard's actually won the most, I think, out of anybody. Karl Marx, decent day. Definitely not what he wanted in the points. Snoop Dogg also had an alright day. Big Bob had a pretty good day in terms of what he's done previously. Alfredo Saucy's, again, could have been better. Baguette Boy just needs to fix his qualifying program because I don't know what's happening there. Because he definitely has race winning speed, as if I had recorded um, Alton Park, he actually won. I think he actually dominated that one. I think he led every single lap. Ethan Martz started out as a good day for him, ended up being an average day for him. Jack Steersman, again, desperately just trying to get better. That car has, I think, won one race. That was with Mason Paisley in season 2 at Tsukuba, or whatever you say it. Icy Cow, 14th, again, could have been better. He actually got a win at Spa. Bone definitely did not defend his win very well. McFarland is going to drop in the points. And Edgelord, just another tough day. So that is your finishing results. Thank you guys for watching. Join the Discord if you want. It will also be in the description. There it is right at the bottom of the results. And I will see you at New Hampshire Roval, probably either sometime later today or tomorrow. Definitely not going to be as long as a wait as Kentucky was between this. Alright, I'll see you guys then.